All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new video. Now, this video is going to be a little bit different compared to the other videos on this channel. And that is because I kind of want to make a course video that's in this video explaining everything about meme coins right now and how to overall improve as a trader if you are slacking right now. Now, you know me, I'm in a fucking crazy villa right now on my own. I'm still doing meme coins. I have been doing meme coins ever since November, December time last year. And basically, I've had the chance to have knowledge throughout these whole fucking months to be able to say to you guys what is good, what is not good, what to improve on, what are the technicals and analysis and information that you should be looking out for when it comes to meme coins. So, without further ado, boys, stick in, get some popcorn, and watch this video throughout the very end because there'll be a lot of information. And don't think it's just quick or you get rich quick. There's a lot of learning to do, so let's get into it. So first of all, boys, if you haven't seen my previous videos on what coins are good, what coins are bad, and the basics, go watch them right now. We're going to go into a little bit more deep analysis and actually understand a little bit more about charts and the actual thought behind them, right? So let's say we have a chart that looks like this, right? You have your price points here. I'm going to put some values on this chart that are just basic. So this is going to be 10K. This will be 30K. This will be 60K. Let's do 100K here. 150. 200. And then this will be like 350. All right. So the higher it goes, the more expenditure there is, right? So let's say there's a coin that comes out and let's say you just seen the coin pop up on your just new pairs right now and you had the chance to look at it here. So you open the coin here, right? Before you can do anything, you're researching about the coin itself and what the actual law is. If you see my previous videos, you know exactly what to look out for. Once you've done the research, you're going to buy into a coin in this zone, okay? After the research, you're going to go into the coin, you're going to quick buy, 2 sol, 3 sol, whatever it is that the amount that you use, you will buy here. Now, what determines a good coin to be able to hold and what determines a bad coin? And how do you actually determine at which points? So first of all, if you yourself as a trader who has experience saw that there's going to be interest in that coin that made you even purchase it, that means there is an initial interest and that potentially the coin will go up to about 10 to 15K, right? So the coin will max out about this level. That's your initial coin hype from the research of the people who are scanning new pairs and that it has here, right? Now, this is where the estimation of the value of the coin starts to hit. And now people are up 2x who got in early at like 5, 7K, right? So at this point, people are going to take profits and people who got in late, which is this price right here, people who are top blasting, they're going to experience downward momentum. They're going to be deciding whether to hold the coin or not. Now, when it comes to this point right here, the people that choose to hold the coin will all depend on the actual coin itself. This is why I say to you guys, the coin that you guys are looking at is very crucial because this will determine whether these guys sell and whether they sell or not. And if they do sell, that will literally lead the coin's future for the price action, right? So once these guys choose to hold and they think it's a good coin, there'll be no sell pressure that's heavy. There'll be a little bit because these will take profit, right? To actually make the distribution better, obviously. So once these guys are holding still and they don't give a fuck about the downfall, then the next wave of momentum comes in for people who are searching on the actual about to migrate tokens, which is what I do. I look at coins. I don't look at new pairs all the time. Sometimes I look at coins that have a little bit of interest. I can see people are interested, but then I check to see if it is actually a good coin and if it will have its second run. So at this point right here, I am looking at a coin to see if it can do a no push up to about 25K. 25K is the midpoint of between migrate and not. So this is 0.5 level. As I say to you guys, a lot of times you have your range high, your range low. This is where the coin spawns in. This is the migration or the resistance level, depending on which coin you're trading, obviously. and this is your 0.5, the mid level. So 25K is going to be here, which is the mid level of the migration point here. So this level here, the second wave, should reach the second point of that, which is a 0.5. Now at this point, there should be a lot of sell pressure, and basically this is used as a pivot, right? Now, if you're a trader who is experiencing coins and you've just got onto a coin that is at 25K and you can see there's a lot of hype, a lot of FOMO, people are actually talking about it, there's a community, whatever it is, that is making the coin go up. And if you want to get up, you have the choice to top blast. And normally, from my experience, is if you're a trader who is scared, you need to be able to actually understand that sometimes you have to top blast, because if you don't top blast, you will never get the entry on the coin that you actually want to get into, because other people will do it instead of you. And guess what? You'll get left behind and you'll be sidelined, right? So there are instances where you have to FOMO and sometimes not. Now, I'm going to show to you guys how to enter into coins that aren't as good, that are like 70% good, 100% being like everyone's fucking top lost into like a million. 75% is like when a coin is semi-decent, but there will be retracement because some people are skeptical about the coin. So you have your spawn point, you have, let's say 150Ks here, okay? Coin spawns in, it does this, goes up, goes like that, and then does this, right? Now, when you look at this graph right here on your screen, you're thinking to yourself, okay, there's a big retrace from this point to this point. How do you understand how much the price will go down and how much you should buy, etc.? Well, first of all, in the previous video that I guys talked about, I used something that is called the Fibonacci retracement, right? So let's say that, for instance, the price is at this point right here, which is the range high. You want to put your Fibonacci at this point and drag it all the way down to the very start of the coin creation. Now, as you can see from pattern recognition, I can understand already where the 0.382 is going to be because I've exactly pinpointed it. Let me get the highlighter out for you boys right here. Now, when you're in a semi-decent coin, there will be eventually a point where the sellers are going to be more strong than the buyers, because we've gotten to a point where people are being skeptical. They don't know the true value of the coin. So what happens here is at this point, when there is a new high, the people who got in early will start to sell at these pumps, and that's the best time for them to get out. So when there is a pump that is starting to show weakness and it accepts below this right here, and a dip is given to you, this is the 0.5, let's say, and it goes to 0.382. This is where the sellers are going to be getting exhausted and the new buyers are going to get into the price, right? What I mean by that is there's not going to be enough sellers to justify the price going down more further than they are of buyers interested in the law behind the coin. So there are key levels that are mathematically what's it called? Mathematically, I don't even know the fucking word for it, right? But it's basically due to maths, and it's based off how price moves in actual normal conditions, right? So me as a trader, I've used the Fibonacci tool a very, very, very loads of times, and the 0.382 or 0.236 is very good to get in on dips if you want to scale into a coin and you're not a guy who FOMOs into coins, right? So let's go on to a few examples right now and show you boys a little bit of what I'm talking about, all right? So this coin right here is called memecoin, right? So it's basically a useless coin on the Bonk blockchain, Launchpad, sorry, which is a repetition or like another coin of the useless coin, which is on Pump1, right? So let's think of you as a trader who is looking at this coin right here, and you're seeing a lot of people on Twitter shilling this coin, okay? This coin, let's say it has reached a market cap of 950K. First of all, we understand that 1 million is a psychological level, so people will like to front run 1 million. There's not a lot of people who sell directly at 1 million because they know also that a lot of people will sell at 1 million, so they sell at like 950, 900K. So this is why you see these price movements go into just before the actual psychological levels. And once it breaks out, as you guys can see here, this is your 1 million level. It goes up a lot higher. It doesn't just stop at 1 million. Now, back at 950 when it was the local top, back at the price right here, let's pretend that this price here is non-existent. You are currently at this price. You get your Fibonacci out, which is right here. You guys can see Fib retracement. Press the first one. This is obviously a MEV to a million. This is not a real price. This is a real price. So what you want to do is you want to get your Fibonacci right here and drag it down to the very bottom of the coin right there. Doesn't matter if you're like 5K above, 5K below, because it's going to be very small anyways. Now, what you guys can see is that your Fibonacci levels will look a little bit different because I've color coded them in gray. And you guys can see on the left side of the screen, which is right here, you have your 1, which is your local top. You have your 0, which is your local bottom, which is what we talked about right here. Okay. This is your local top. This is your local bottom. We're now looking for obviously back at the price here, this would be your local top, but we're now looking for retracements to go a new level, obviously, if you want to scale into a coin. So let's go back onto the chart. You guys can see here. So where is the best and most optimal point in this graph that the price retraced to that you could have bought in for an entry? It's the 0.236 right here, okay? Now you could have also bought at the 0.382, which would have been here, and you would have easily scalped this coin for a 70% increase. You put in 10 Solana, you would get 17 Solana. You make 7 Solana profit, which is about 1.3K USD, right? So the 0.236 got tagged, and now you have your entry. Where did you look for exits? Now, normally, this will all depend on the actual coin itself, the actual community behind it, and the actual law, right? What even is this coin? This is obviously a coin that's about the useless coin that's replicating, but just on the bonk launchpad. Now, normally with coins like this, when they die down, you will not see a lot of exposure on Twitter. No one will shill it. This is where they actually pick up their bags. Once they're finished, which is around about this here, and the accumulation is finished, this is where it gets pumped on Twitter. So you actually know about the coin here, and this is where you hear about it. This is why the coin retraced to that exact same level. You guys can see this is the breakout here. And then it retested that support zone back down here, right? So as a trader who's trading high market cap coins, understand the psychology behind the coins and where they will most likely retrace to and go to. Now, what you're also seeing here on the Fib retracement is the 1.618. That is basically the 0.382 inversed on top of the 1, right? So you have your 0.382 for retracements to buy, and you have your 0.168 above the actual 1, which is going to be a resistance in the future. And we can see that this is true because at the 1.618 level, you had everything be very weak, right? You have your deviation. It's deviating above the 1.618 and going back below it. Mean there's a lot of sell pressure on that level. So as a trader, understand to use Fibonacci and understand the actual key levels to look out for, right? This is actually what's going to make you profitable, to understand where to take money and where to buy into a coin correctly and scale in if the coin is good. Because you know what it is? A lot of people tell me a lot of times, like, where do I scale in? How do I execute? This is the fucking sauce. It's as simple as it gets. They keep it simple. It's one tool and everyone uses it. And because everyone uses it, it's why everything works with it, because everyone also sees these levels. So then if we go up, we can see there's another level with the 2.618. It's now added the 1 on top of the 1.618, which is mathematically correct. And now, again, we have a deviation above that level. And now your take profit 2 is been hit. And you're up a lot of money because guess what? The entry was around about 300K and to about 400K. You've now got a 5x on the board on your TP2. Whether you're holding or not is all relevant to the coin itself. Like I always say to you guys, okay? It's about who's pushing it and who's not. Now, obviously, the 1.618 was flipped at this key level here, we started to use it as support. Now, when the price reaches that again, it's going to be used as support one more time. You guys can see people bought it and now it's kind of consolidating a little bit. Now, whether the price can go up or down is, like I said, about the coin. Let's go on to another example. That's going to be a smaller cap coin, boys, right? Memology, right? So let's go into the coin. Let's say, for instance, you see it at 70K, right? I just ran out before the video started. So let's say you are here. The coin is just migrated. You've opened up your meme scope and you see this coin migrated. Memology, what is it? This is a community coin, professional meme expert. Who is this? Let's have a look. Professional meme expert, very cool character, very good design. Dex paid 4 hours ago. Now you see the last post from this dev was 2 hours ago. And there isn't anything that's actually crucial for the coin to have a valuation over 150K in my opinion, right? So let's say you see it here and you see one post about the coin. It's one picture. It's just a fucking character. You do your Fibonacci levels. Where do you buy? Do you buy the 0.382 or the 0.236? Your 0.5 is the mid-level between the actual creation of the coin and the actual top of that coin. So anything below 0.5 is a good buy. But whether you get these or these is depending on the coin and hype itself. Now, 0.382 gets tagged, right? You buy here. You actually get a peak or bottom entry on this coin, and now you take profits, right? So you want to, I would be actually very scared of this dip right here. So what I would have done is I would have taken profits instantly. That coin was up 30%. I would take out about 30%. So we're up 30%, we take out 30%. The 0.618, I will see if there's a lot of sell pressure or not. There obviously wasn't, so I wouldn't take TPs. Now, they're also at the 0.786 was no sell pressure whatsoever. So I would take TPs at the 1, which is the actual previous high. You guys can see here. And then I would be risk-free in a position that now I'm in with just profit itself. Nothing that I would have invested in, right? So then I would have TP'd at 1.618 and then left the remaining running towards 2.618. And in this case, obviously, you would know to take profits out depending if the coin is like having law behind it. But guess what? The dev was fucking lazy. He posted one picture. There was nothing interesting about the coin whatsoever. So the way to also execute a exit on this coin would be through this, right? So you have your 1.618, okay? You have your deviation here. You have the weakness below it because these two candles here, 1 and 2, confirmed the breakdown below. I would have already taken my profits right here. The coin did go higher, but let's say you broke, let's say you was holding and you broke above the 1.618, you would think right here is support, we should go higher, we didn't go higher. And then right here again, support goes higher. And now this big fucking candle here is when I would have exited, which means I would have exited at this price here because I'm too late. I can't exit with that red candle, right? So my exit would have been here, but guess what? We already exited here, right? So exiting here would have given us a better exit, even though the coin went even higher, but we exited here. So sometimes understanding like when the actual levels get broken and retested, etc., it's very, very informative to actually understand what price will do at these levels, right? Now, I'm gonna make more videos, guys, like this that talk about the psychology, the actual importance and pivots in more future videos. If you guys would like more of these videos, let me know. These are uncut, these are straight to the point. And if you boys enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe. And I'll see you boys in the next video. Peace out.